Welcome to Lock Pod, my favorite episode of season 5.
The finale.
The final episode. Not that I don't love you.
The finale. I put an E on the end.
Not that we don't love you. We love you.
Yes.
All of you. All 10 of you. We do.
There's many.
I'm sorry. 40 live.
And growing.
Thousands of Lock Podders listening on Apple Pod. We love you, but we're tired. but we're
John
tired.
especially. Whenever John starts getting tired, I know that's the time.
Are you tired, John?
I mean, I feel okay.
He's not a morning person, though.
Me?
Yeah, you're always kind of.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what? He kind of just. But he slides into it, and then next thing you know, he's fine.
I'm popping off.
That's right.
Is Jill tired?
No.
Jill's
Yeah,
up
you
early.
are a morning person.
Jill's up early.
I'm talking tired in general. Like we've been
just
doing
life in general.
I'm
tired.
tired.
Just life in
We
general.
did 21 episodes this season.
Yeah, that's kind of on our low end, I think. Wasn't the first season like 40,
Dude,
John?
I'm watching Game of Thrones, which is an hour each episode.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Yes.
And they do like 10 or 11 per season, and we did 21.
They also get paid like, I don't know.
What I'm saying
$20
is-
There's
million
a lot more
each,
production going
so-
into Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
John-
I think each season having 20-something episodes is very
Are
solid.
you comparing us to Game of Thrones?
I'm comparing us to a typical Netflix season.
I like it.
Okay, Matt was giving us shit the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I do
He's
4
what
hours
constitutes a season?
I do 4 hours a day.
Yeah. What constitutes a season? And we're like, hey, fuck off, man. We do
Holidays.
our own seasons here. This is how we
Easter.
do it, Matt. I didn't tell
Did you
your
get a
brother.
haircut?
I didn't tell your brother F off, man. I'm sorry.
No, that's what you could. I mean, it's okay.
I love Matt
Yeah.
and his
I do
electric
too.
Mustang.
Yeah, he's probably driving it right now.
What makes you say that?
Your hair looks,
I got it shaved for charity, dude. What do you
Switch to
mean?
the
Yeah,
Tom
like-
cam.
4 weeks ago or 6 weeks ago or whatever that was.
It just doesn't grow
It looks
back that
longer.
It just doesn't grow back.
I wish we could add it. I wish
Does
we
that
had
mean
it.
you're balding?
Someone put that in the tweet.
What's that?
Someone gave. Remember that?
Yeah, just get this guy some Rogaine.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Wow.
I said,
Yes.
and I never respond to mean tweets. And I did to that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're like-
dude, give me a break. I cut it for charity. Like, for God's sakes. Like,
It was like a tweet of. So it was like the back of
The
Tom's
back of my head.
with Shabazz in the
Right.
background or the foreground or whatever.
it was a bad picture of me.
Yeah, it was just the back of your head, yeah. And so I
Which
guess
isn't
my
my
fault
best
for
look.
tweeting.
Which isn't my best luck.
No, but it was just to show
Hey,
you in
this is the back of the
studio.
mayor's head.
It was just to show you in the
And
studio.
the guy's like, get that guy some Rogaine.
yeah. Yeah, I was like, all right.
And I never respond to mean tweets, and I did.
Well, it was worth an explanation.
It was like, come on, dude. I
Here's
have a
why
lush-
my head is shaved.
I have a lush head of curly, long hair.
And why did you shave it again?
Because I like shaving it this time of year. Well, it's already shaved, and then it gets to this annoying part where it's not long enough to gel or anything because it's still too short, but it's also long enough where if I put my hat on to stay warm, it'll mess it up, and I look like crap.
So you got one. So what are your options at that point?
Shave it down again,
Or
or let it grow out and just like deal with it, or not wear a hat when it's freezing cold out.
Cornrows.
Right? So I wear a
No.
hat,
it's an option.
cornrows, not
try
for a
it
couple months. But so I decided to go down one more time.
Go with the Navy cut.
I did the one this time. Well, I didn't do it. I had my son Patrick do it.
Patrick, good work today if you're listening.
Patrick cut my hair again, and now I'm like ready to get through the rest of the winter because it is starting to warm up here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I could ditch the hat and then I could let my hair grow out.
We talked about that yesterday. I was like, man, it's almost time for you to ditch the hat.
I'm getting close, but no, it's cold, man. Like my head is cold. Like I'm wearing a hat all the time.
So if you were swimming in this, would you wear a swim cap?
Probably. I did wear a swim cap when I was working out, but the Civic Center pool's been broken for like friggin' 6 months.
You know.
No pressure, Jimmy. No pressure at all.
See-
Like I'm only training
Supply
for
chain.
I don't want Jimmy to feel any stress about me pointing out this thing's been broken for 6 months. Like that's just completely normal, right? Right, Jimmy?
I think Jimmy's in Vegas right now.
Well, he's
listening.
listening. He's listening.
I'm sure Jimmy. Well, maybe he's still up.
I mean, like, if I was Jimmy and my
5:39
pool was
in
shut down
Vegas.
for 6 months and he knew that the mayor used the pool to train for triathlons, I wouldn't feel any pressure at all. And I'd be
Maybe
like,
there's
what?
there's some other triathletes telling him, you know what, leave that pool down, Jimmy.
It's 6 months. I
Oh,
mean, 6
yeah, the
months, 8 months,
equalizer.
12 months, 15 months. It doesn't matter, right? Whatever.
Before you know, you'll be able to just jump in the lake and swim. You'll be all right.
I'm
Or
going
your
to be
own
swimming.
pool.
I'm going to be swimming in Wolf Lake before I'll be swimming in the Civic Center pool. That's my prediction,
Oh,
and that's
man.
sad.
We had people fishing yesterday. Come on out.
How cold is it though?
Well,
It
probably
was
not
nice
that bad.
yesterday. It was like 62, right?
Yeah, once you go jump in Wolf Lake, check
No,
check
no,
it
no,
out.
I'm
You
not
have a
jumping in.
wetsuit.
I have a wetsuit, but wetsuits only work. Didn't you hear Matt Money Smith the other day too?
Yeah, I did.
Wetsuits only work to a certain temperature, and I have a thin wetsuit because it's for triathlon.
Maybe we should test it
I
though.
mean, that lake's not that deep. It
The
can't be
weather.
that cold.
What was it when I swam last year for the triathlon? It was like 65 or something like that, and it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, it's probably more like 50 something.
But that's
Oh,
how
I
you
don't think
build
it's
up
that high.
tolerance.
What? You don't think it's that high?
No.
Okay.
I think it's like 40s.
Yeah, that's too cold.
Right, Jill?
I would think
I'll
so.
go in today and I'll let you know.
Would you? Would you
Take
do
a
that for me,
temperature.
As
Jill?
soon as I get to
Mylan,
work,
take a temperature.
Tell me.
I'll
Yeah.
dip my toe
By
in
the
it.
way, we should have. I should have like a mayor's dashboard
Mm-hmm.
that tells me like temperature Wolf Lake.
Oh, jeez.
You
Why?
got to know this
Why?
stuff because I'm a mayor.
What are you going to do with that?
Because this is my city.
What-
I'm
what
supposed to know.
Dashboard.
Like when you're like, hey, can you go swimming in Wolf Lake? I'm like, no, look at my dashboard. It says it's freaking 42
Well,
degrees in Wolf Lake right now.
Asterisk, you technically can never swim in Wolf Lake aside from the triathlon.
I swim in Wolf
There are
Lake.
no swimming signs.
You
Okay, it's
listen.
still illegal. You're saying.
Boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at
Swim
you.
at your own risk.
Look at you. Miss
Not even
Port
swim at your own
Authority.
risk.
Miss
It's no
Port
swimming.
Authority.
Mm-hmm. But
Hey.
you can't take a rowboat or you can't take a canoe or a
But
kayak.
don't fall out.
Don't fall out.
No, you can't swim. You can just float.
That's technically
Don't
swimming.
float to
If you
get
fall,
float
if
to
you
safety.
fall
Just
out,
float
we
to
will arrest you as
safety.
soon as you get to shore. Like I'll be like Vladimir Putin, ready to imprison you when you get to shore.
Putin.
Putin.
Man, what's going on over there? We're gonna get into.
We're going to
that,
get to
right?
it. And,
Yeah.
by the way, yeah, we are going to get into it after a
We
couple
are gonna get into
after
it.
some ads.
Because
and-
Kevin's
Ooh.
Neville Chamberlain here.
No, not true.
Yeah,
This
you
is gonna
guys
be
were
a
going
good
at it a little
finale.
bit during the
Not true.
intro song.
Not
We
true.
are going to go at it.
Okay.
We are going to go
Mom
at
and
it.
Dad might break up, John.
Hey, but when are we getting back on the air for purposes?
I thought we said like after
TBD.
Easter. Yeah, TBD.
after
TBD.
when is Easter?
Several weeks. TBD.
No,
No,
I
it's
thought it
like
was
a
like
month.
shortly after. I thought we were getting together into early April, right?
Well, last episode we said right around Easter, after Easter. So
When
we'll
is
take a
Easter?
look.
It's like
May,
April.
June?
No, it's like April 15th or something.
Really?
Chad, where you at?
Well,
Wow.
it's mid-April.
Right.
I didn't know that today was the
Third
finale
week of
till
Lent
I walked
coming
in
up.
here.
We didn't know what.
Fourth week of Lent.
I didn't know today was the finale till I got here.
week of Lent is it?
I don't know whose decision this was, but
No
it's
one
good.
tells me anything.
I'm freaking super stressed anyway, so like this is a good time to take a couple weeks off. You know, I don't.
Good.
Is Game of Thrones helping?
I do watch a lot. Well, you know what? I'm watching a lot of Game of Thrones because I'm running a lot, John. So like every time I run for an hour and then I watch an episode of Game of Thrones.
Wait a minute.
That's your reward.
Where are you running that you can watch
In
this?
my house. I'm in the
Oh,
treadmill.
treadmill.
My
Oh,
tre-
you're
I-
watching
outside
it while
running.
you're running?
I put the treadmill right in front of the TV and then I watch Game of Thrones. I put it on 60 because you can't hear shit. And by the way, Game of Thrones.
Why don't you
is-
do headphones?
Because I think I have an old TV. It doesn't work like that.
Mm.
But you know the thing that sucks about Game of Thrones, and I love the show, but like they shot it so dark. A lot of times I'm running in the daytime and there's glare on the TV and you
Yeah.
can't see anything.
That is true. I remember when I was watching, I had to, like, if you're in a dark room, like I've had the lights out sometimes, it was even difficult to watch with the lights out,
Really?
believe it or not.
What the
and then
hell is the
I don't
matter
know.
with them?
John, did you notice that at all?
Yes,
I
I
don't
noticed that with
understand
a
that.
lot of movies now. It's like a thing.
It's
They're like,
not a thing, dude.
I mean, like, it's like they film it that.
Why don't like they just make it like a podcast then we could just listen to it because
I
like
mean, there's
you can't
books
see
you can
anything.
read.
But what I'm saying, Jill, is I mean, everybody wants to say Game of Thrones is the best show ever, and I think it's great. Don't get me wrong. But like when I was watching Sopranos, which I think is the best show ever, or Breaking Bad, which I think is the best show ever, they didn't have whole like episodes where you couldn't see anything.
But some of the Game
That's
of Thrones.
Come on, Kevin, tell me I'm not right. You got to be able to see the goddamn thing for it to be one of the
well,
best.
sure,
shows
I wanted
ever.
to see it too, and I noticed
I mean,
it was dark in certain certain
dude.
scenes.
Whenever they're at the Dark Castle, Castle Dark, or whatever, Castle Black, excuse me. Whenever they're there, you can't see anything.
But
dude.
maybe that's
It's
the
black.
point.
I don't care if it's the point. I'm watching TV, dude. I mean, I want to, if I'm watching TV, I want to watch the show, and you can't see anything.
So
it's like
Castle Black should be like in the sunlight.
Castle
Bright.
Black. Just give me a little background light,
It
right?
needs
So I can
uplighting.
see.
It needs some uplighting.
Right? Just so I could see the people.
All right,
like I
fair.
get it. It's friggin' 1600s or
It's
whatever.
funny you
right?
brought that up because I was annoyed a little bit too when I was watching Game of Thrones, where it's like, this is too dark. I can't see it.
I can't see anything sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and then I'm like, okay, I'm just listening now. You know?
Maybe the cinematographers were like, this is how we want it.
But they suck. That's what
No,
they do. That's what ruined the
Wait
show.
till you
All
get
those
to the
awards.
last
I'm of
season.
it. No, like that's what I heard. I heard season 8's the worst. Like that's the thing. Like honestly, it's depressing. Like I really like the show, but I also really like to watch it. And how can you watch it when it's pitch black on the screen and you hear people like in the background and the one little candle is all the lighting on the screen? It's like, dude,
John, do you know anything about this outside of just
Well,
you said it was a thing?
Don't you guys notice this happening in like other look at the new Batman?
I was
going to
say the
thing
Marvel
is
stuff.
nighttime.
They're all
Things are getting really dark with movies these days.
I didn't see the new Batman.
I have
didn't
either.
either.
Or the new
just as the
Spider-Man.
world starts to darken.
I don't even think I saw the old Batman.
Well, there's many.
How about
There's
Spider-Man?
dozens
This is the
of
Batman
them.
I
It's
watched.
Adam West or nothing for me.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's what I watched.
Could we get that POW
Old school.
graphic when we do the?
Yes, POW graphic
Yeah.
for Powering America.
By the way, there was a unusual chemistry between Batman and Robin in the old days too, right?
Yeah,
we all agree.
when they
Looking
would
back,
climb up the side of the building, that was
What
awkward.
are you implying?
I'm implying that back then,
You
you know,
need to
things
watch
weren't as
it.
cool as it is in 2022. In 2022, that would be, you know, it'd be like
Boy, what do
eh,
they call him? Boy
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 Wonder.
Wonder, right? They were
So
tight.
it was more implied back then, not just outrightly.
Well, dude, I think back then, you know, if you had an LGBTQ type of relationship in some states, it was illegal, John. So, like, they're certainly not going to portray that on TV.
Bowers versus Hardwick.
When was that? Like 1960s, right?
Something 60s, yeah.
64 or something like that.
Georgia,
I remember.
maybe?
But like what I'm saying is Batman came out, it was color. So, you know, it came out in like 68-ish, right?
I think you're good question. I thought
But like if there was that type of relationship between Batman and Robin back then, they're certainly not going to advertise it because it's barely legal in some states, right?
Boy
They had
Wonder.
the
Well,
Boy
you
Wonder.
couldn't show a lot of stuff on
And
TV
Alfred.
back then.
Alfred the Butler.
I'm going down. My vote is yes. There was a
Nah.
special relationship between those two.
It
And
was
the
like
original
mentor and mentee.
Batman. Pretty tight.
What was
Pretty
that
tight.
cartoon they spoofed that with? Was it Mad TV?
Oh,
The
yeah.
ambiguously
No, Saturday
gay
Night
duo?
Live. That was
Ambiguously
awesome.
gay duo.
Oh
love
yeah.
that.
yeah.
That was Saturday Night Live, I think.
Was-
It
Yeah,
was
you're
Saturday
right,
Night
you're
Live.
right.
When they used to do the commercials. or the-
Ambiguously gay duo.
they used to do the.
See, they were on your team. They were saying that you're right.
On your team.
I meant
My
that you were
team, what are
right.
you talking about?
No,
What team, Kevin?
The one that
I'd like
believes-
to know this as well.
the
John.
team that believes that the original Batman and the Boy Wonder had something going.
They did.
That was your team.
Okay, my
But-
team.
So I'm wondering. I think Saturday Night Live agreed with you. That's why they did the ambiguously gay duo.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm. All right.
You know, by the way, like Game of Thrones has helped me lose weight, which is nice.
Game of Thrones is they eat pretty well in that show.
No,
There's
I'm
a-
saying like
Not all of
I've
them.
been
no, not all of them.
I'm getting ready for the try, man. I'm, like running a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Are you cycling yet?
no,
Are you swimming yet?
no, because the goddamn Civic Center pool's broken.
There's
For
alternative
6 months.
pools. I mean,
6 months.
Find
Jimmy,
one.
just trying
That's
to
where I
enjoy his
train.
time away.
That's where I train. Like it sounds elitist, but like I go as soon as it shuts down, and I train by myself, right? And I can't do that anywhere else. So like I'm waiting on Jimmy, who's he's gallivanting around Vegas right now. You know, not worried
well.
about the Civic Center pool.
Not worried about your try.
I'm serious. Like I'm gonna be lagging, but this is my theory this year: is if I can improve my run greatly, which I think I can. My try times will improve greatly. It's really the slowest part of the try, and my bike is good. So like,
Your run is the slowest.
and I'm never gonna be good on the swim.
How about transitions?
Transitions? I'll be better.
Well,
Alright.
if it's not 100 degrees this year too, that'll help.
Yeah, it was super hot on both of the tries I did last year.
We were laughing about Tom's transitions. Tom,
It was the worst.
Tom was like,
I didn't know they
think
measured
Janet-
you on those.
You didn't know that was
literally-
part of the time.
I didn't know that they measured you like they do, and they compare you on transitions because, like, they say, like in the swim,
Oh, you're like
like I was,
12th out of 24. Or
I was in
something.
like the Clydesdale, which is a nice word for the big boys, right? I was in the Clydesdale last year, right? So in a Clydesdale division, they would rank you like on your swim. This is where you finished out of like 50.
Sure.
I was like 45.
Sure.
It's bad, right? And then in your transitions, I was like horrible, right? And then on bike, I was in like the top 10. And then in run, I was in the top like 20%. But the weird thing is, a lot of the guys I started with didn't finish. So like on my run, the fact that I finished was
A bonus.
because
Helped you
a
on the
lot of
rankings.
people didn't finish. So my ranking was higher.
Well, I think Jana was saying, like, she's like, yeah, I looked over at Tom and like, he was like eating an apple and like sitting around and like going to the
refueling.
bathroom.
It's called
and, like,
refueling. It's called, and I did go to the bathroom, which is bad form. I just got out of the water.
Yeah.
That's where you're supposed
Pee
to go
in
to
the
the bathroom.
water,
In the water,
yeah.
huh?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Look
But
how
I was
polite
so
you
cold.
were.
No, I wasn't being polite. I was like super, like I was just tired.
Yeah.
Too tired to pee.
So, all right, so we're looking for
Too tired to pee.
So this year we're looking for
There's the
improved
episode
transitions.
title.
Too
So you
tired
need to
pee.
be able to strip out of that wetsuit quicker, is what you're saying, to improve your transition time.
Yeah, and plus, like, like getting out of the water, you're soaking wet, and then you have to put socks on. That's slow. You have to like crawl them up, and then
other people do it.
I agree. I just wasn't that good at it.
So
you're gonna get better.
So the transition
Transitions.
time is added to your final time. Is this right?
Everything's added
Yeah.
together.
Okay.
Wow.
So if you go slow in the transition, but they hold it like transition 1 is out of the water onto your bike. They'll compare everybody in your category.
Oh, so they rank even the transitions.
Yes, I didn't
gotcha.
realize
Wow.
that. And I looked at my transitions. It was the worst. I was the worst in the transitions because
You're gonna
everybody's
get
in a
better.
big hurry, and I'm just like, "Hey, man, what's up? Hey, how's
watching-
it going?
How about
dude?
that
Like,
swim?
Hey, Tom McDermott, nice to meet you. Yeah,
You're watching
I'm
Game
the
of
mayor
Thrones
here.
episodes.
Yeah.
On the grass.
Right?
He's got his phone out.
I didn't realize they ranked
propped
that.
up on a tripod. He's
These are
watching-
things you don't know when you first do a try. I'm telling you guys valuable
This
information.
is information.
Right.
This
So
is
when you guys are
information.
doing your try, you're like, shit, I can't.
like it.
I can't just chill and eat an apple, go to the bathroom like McDermott did. I got to freaking
Yeah.
move, right?
Get these transitions moving.
I say
I
don't wear
remember-
shoes for the bike. That's gonna cut out a minute, right?
Mm,
Put
yeah,
shoes
but-
on.
No
Yeah,
clip- you
I'm
can't
clipped.
clip in
I'm
then.
clipped.
Oh,
Clips,
excuse me.
clips save you time.
Okay.
You can watch
Allegedly.
the vlog of this, your last try,
Ah,
on our
that's
YouTube
true.
channel.
That's true. That's
I
true.
remember-
And there was a transition.
I know. I remember that. Like he's eating like this warm goo from like
that goo tasted like it sounds. It tasted like it sounds. It was warm, just like a warm shot of like goo in my mouth.
You were taking your time, but that was
It
interesting.
was
that was
so
the vlog,
disgusting.
too.
Everybody's like, "Isn't that great?" And I'm like, "No, it tastes like worm goo, exactly like I would think worm goo tastes like."
Where was that being stored before? Was it like by your
in my
bike
backpack.
or?
It was, and it was like 88 degrees in my mouth. It was
So
like,
you need a.
It was
Is it even
so
goo at that
You need
point,
a
or is it
It was
cooler.
like
so
water?
freaking gross. I haven't had one since. Put it that way. I'm like, I'd rather cramp up and fall off my bike than eat that crap.
88-degree goo. I
Yeah,
don't
here
even
it
know
tastes.
that-
Isn't it good? I'm like, no, it is horrible. I've eaten
No,
a
but
lot
I'm
of
gonna
things in my
relax
life.
during this transition, though, and
Dude,
take it easy.
I eat snails. I eat like little fish. I eat all kinds of stuff. That goo sucks. Like I hate to break it to you guys. So,
All right. Well, the
But-
good thing is that you said you're losing weight, which means your run will get better.
well, stress is good for weight loss too.
There's a lot of things that are good for weight loss. A diet, good diet, exercise.
I don't have a good diet.
having surgery.
You don't have a good diet?
Well, how about this? Yesterday I ate dinner.
Okay. Did you carb up or something at dinner?
No, I didn't eat all day. I just like I got too much crap going on, and like there's different types of people. There's types of people that when they're under stress they chow, and then there's some people that starve. Marissa and I are of the starving category.
Okay.
So like when I'm like got stuff going on and I'm like feeling pressure, I don't eat, dude. And it like so, think about it.
How many pounds have you lost?
Probably 12 or 13.
Wow.
Which is solid.
That's
I mean,
significant.
by the
Well,
way,
oh, that's so funny. Go ahead.
my runs are so much faster.
I was just going to say, so we were at a meeting yesterday. Dave Wesson, who's a good runner, great runner, in shape, and runs his tail off.
I told him I lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, and he said, well, think of it this way, Tom. If you took a 12 or 15 pack of flour and had to try to run with it, that's what you've lost.
Right.
And I
Wow.
was like, whoa.
Isn't that crazy when you think about
Good
it? Like
point,
if I had
though.
a 13-pound backpack on of
Yeah.
flour and I held it around the front, which is where my weight was, and I ran with it, you'd be like, damn, man, this thing's heavy. It starts dragging on you after a while, right? Now when I'm running, I'm like more gazelle-like.
Gazelle-like. I
Yeah,
like that.
slow gazelle. Very
There's
slow,
prancing
old.
Like an
involved.
injured.
One of the ones the
Gazelle.
lions gets easy.
Yeah, the gazelle that the lion eats. That's me, right? Because I'm not
But
leading
getting
the
better.
pack. I'm getting better.
Yeah, I like
Gazelle,
it.
like I said. I
All
didn't
right.
say a
I love
gazelle.
it. And I'm just kind of teasing you because I'm still pretty impressed what you did last year.
I'm going to do it again.
Especially like the Chicago. I was looking at some of the stuff as I was in here this morning. I was like, all right, end of the season, what we got going here? And it reminded me we got your Chicago medal still up there.
I'm going to do it again
that's
this year.
great.
I'm going to do Chicago. I'm going to do Leon's.
And we got your Leon's medal too.
I'm going to do Culver. I'm going to do all three. And then I'm hoping I could do one in Indy because they have one down by Eagle Creek. I'm hoping I do 4 this year.
Okay, cool.
That's my goal. So like I figure
That sounds awful.
I figure if I stay in good running shape that I can pull it off because the swim I'll be able to do and biking is my strength.
All
so
right.
like my goal is to stay in strong running shape. But I'm not trying to say like I'm overstressed. I don't want anybody to worry about me. But I do have a statewide election going on. Right, I got a campaign manager that's constantly making me drive over the freaking state of Indiana, like Fort Wayne and back in the snowstorm, stuff like that.
That was
And
your
then-
choice.
It was my choice.
What's your new ring say about all your stress and your sleeping? And,
My ring is very impressed with my sleeping.
oh yeah.
I sleep well. I
good.
do, but I don't get REM sleep. But I think my ring's broken. They're sending me a new one.
Oh no, really?
hmm Yeah,
What do you mean?
Huh.
It doesn't give me my heart rate at night, which is weird.
Whoa.
So
I think it's broken.
Okay,
so
so
they're
I'm-
sending me a
Either
new
that
one.
or you're dead.
Yeah.
keep us updated on that, because
Right.
the one thing I read about Aura Ring, one criticism I read about it online was that they had bad customer service. Now I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying that's what
Well,
online said. So I'll be interested. to
Sharon
see how you-
took care of that for me.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
And but yeah, it won't read my heart rate at night, which is weird. Like, and I had my phone turned on and the whole thing, so I'm not sure, but it's really cool. I do sleep really well. I knew that going in though, but
All
it's
right.
it's pretty neat. I like it,
Want to do some ads?
and I think it looks pretty cool too.
Now that we're talking about a Aura Ring that doesn't sponsor us,
Yeah.
we'll do some ads.
Oh yeah.
You gonna
Glasses
start?
are on, man. The glasses are on. I was letting you go.
You would think this is our
Like
first
we've
show
never done
ever.
this before.
Who's going to read the ad?
Season 5 is powered by our premier sponsor, Powering America. You know, America is exploding with growth right now, especially in regards
here we
to
go.
renewable
I'm
energy.
not going to miss this.
You know,
part.
renewable energy. We're talking about the non-carbon type. You know, the wind, the solar, the power solutions, all that. You know, you can call Powering America anytime you need to meet those needs of renewable energy. You can call Powering America for a lot, but especially in regards to renewable energy. If you're thinking about renewable energy in your home or your office, or even like, you know, electric vehicle charges or solar power solutions, you could call the electrical professionals of Powering America, and they could do that. They could do a lot for you, but especially in regards to renewables, Powering America is your choice. If you have any questions about what they do for you, visit poweringnorthwestindiana.org. That's poweringnorthwestindiana.org.
Wow.
That's how I'm doing it now.
I noticed. Yep.
I'm in the biz.
I
you
see
know?
that.
When you're in the biz,
You
gotta,
transitioned right over to the biz.
right?
Executive Suite Squared, commonly known as ES2, is a first-class executive office environment located on 8094 Kennedy Avenue. ES2 offers flexible membership plans that provide the privacy of dedicated, fully furnished offices with 24/7 secured access, so no matter how big or small your business may be, they can accommodate the way you work. For more information on their basic or private office membership packages or to rent one of their state-of-the-art conference rooms, call them at 219-844-2901 or visit them at Executive Suites 2, that's Executive Suites, the number 2.com.
Any Pink Floyd fans out there? You know? You like Dark Side of the Moon?
Here we go.
You like edibles? You know what I'm saying? I got an idea for you.
Like edibles, what?
No, this is going to enhance the experience, so hang with me.
I
Right?
hope the Challenger Learning Center is okay with this.
I would do this if I was planning on going to see the Challenger Learning Center's Dark Side of the Moon. I would first get an Uber driver or somebody that's not partaking, and then drive over to Mission South Shore. By the way, we had Gabe Lopez, right?
Also not a sponsor.
I was going to say
Also not a sponsor, but he's working on
plugging
that.
him.
No, he is working on that with Steve right now.
All
But
right.
go see Gabe over there at Mission South Shore. Grab an edible or two, right?
Wow.
And then have somebody drive you back to Indiana and consume it before you get across the state line. Because if you don't, you will be beaten down by Indiana State troopers for having.
Not true.
Okay, and then get to the Challenger
Allegedly.
Learning Center, which is literally
How
minutes.
about just going to the Challenger Learning Center and watching this?
I'm just saying this could enhance the experience, right? And then you get there and you're just
Arguable.
chilling. You're chilling and you're watching Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon album in its entirety. Yeah. This Friday, join the Challenger Learning Center for a hypnotic musical journey and laser light show featuring Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon in its entirety. Think about that. With a little enhancement, you could really enjoy this. I mean, I'm not saying...
or without.
Or without. Like, what? Do you go to shows and you don't have any drinks, Kevin?
Yes.
Really? Mm-hmm. You go to a show and you don't have any drinks. You go like, I'm going to go to a concert. Nope. I'll drink water, thank you.
I mean, okay, fine. Maybe I'll have one or something in the beginning.
You won't have it. I've been to
One or two.
concerts. with
Yeah,
you.
I mean, it depends. If I'm driving, if it's far away, if I'm, I mean, I think
Is it a school night?
if it's a school night.
The views expressed by Lockpot are not affiliated in any way with our sponsors or advertisers.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, when I go to a show, I like to enjoy a drink, right?
I do too.
Right? And so I'm saying if you're going to go watch a laser light show with Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and I don't know if they serve alcohol. If they do, that'd be great. If they don't, but you know what? You could take a little trip beforehand. That's all I'm
right.
saying. This event takes place this Friday. Kevin's like, shut the hell up.
No,
My family and I are going to this.
I'm not going. But
I
three
thought you were
people in
going.
my family are. Yeah, I
Nice.
didn't get a ticket.
That's cool.
This event will take
They
place.
didn't get Kevin a ticket.
No. Obviously, because I'm no fun at shows. I mean, they're like,
I wouldn't go with you either.
You're the Uber.
Yeah. Would you like anything, Mr. Smith? I'll take a water, a
Yeah,
double,
I'll have a Snickers.
Snickers, and a water.
Yeah.
When's the show starting?
Hey, Ethan, you want to go to the show with me? No, thanks, Dad. I'm cleaning my room. This event will take place this Friday, March 18th, with show times at 5 and 6:30 p.m. Tickets are $15 and must be purchased in advance. Visit clcnwi.com for more information.
Those two ads have been 25% of the show.
Right? I mean, it's becoming more and more lucrative to sponsor our show.
I blame Matt.
Damn you, Matt Money.
I know. Get ready for March Madness with the Michelob Ultra. Ultra has only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories, so it's sure to keep your bracket watching fun while continuing to be one of the fastest growing brands nationally in the region. See, basically our ad just says have a beer before you watch the bracket. It'll be more fun
That's what I'm saying.
before you watch the games.
There's some people that don't like to drink beer, Kevin.
That's true. I mean, but hopefully our listeners do. Calumet Brewery.
I know. I would love for the listeners that like to drink beer to drink Calumet Brewery. But
Michelob
eventually,
Ultra.
we're going to have Mission South Shore sponsoring our show, and I'd like some other customers that like to go to Mission South Shore to enjoy that as well.
Get to the next level and try an organic light lager with only 2.5 carbs and 85 calories. Ultra Pure Gold is brewed for your healthy lifestyle. Check out calbrew.com or CalBrew's Facebook page for brand info and giveaways. Cheers with beers.
You want to burn 240 calories the easy way? You drink a case
Game
of
of
organic. You drink a case of organic light lager, and it saves you 10 calories per beer.
There you go.
So 24 beers later, you save 240
40 calories, just
which
like
is
that.
like a light workout. Just like that, you save 240 calories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Case of beer.
It makes sense to me.
Saving and burning are two different things.
Saving and, what I'm saying at the end of the day, if somebody's like, "Did you work out?" You're like, "I burned 240 calories."
Did you burn
That's
it
all you
though?
have to
You'd
say.
have- but
You
you'd have to go into your day saying like, "I'm going to drink a case of beer today," and
Yeah.
then like,
Yeah,
which one are you
that's-
going to drink? Well, I was going to drink.
I
I was going to drink
gonna
Michelob
this
Ultra.
really rich one with a lot
I
of
was
calories.
going to do a Guinness.
No, let's stay with our sponsors. I was gonna drink a Michelob Ultra, but I decided to go with
organic light lager.
the Ultra Pure Gold.
That's right.
Then you could say, you know what? You saved 240 calories.
which is akin to a light workout. That's like jogging a mile.
240, really?
That's like jogging a mile.
All right.
So if you drink a case of that, it's the equivalent of jogging a mile.
How many
If you
calories
intended to
are
drink the
each?
24 other ones.
It feels like flawed logic.
How many calories are in each can? 80? How was it?
95 and
95.
85.
So you
Yeah.
have to consume 2,000 calories to save 240.
But what I'm saying is, first off, like it'll be a good time, I'm sure, right?
I don't know.
gonna be
Case
Second-
of beer?
Yeah.
It doesn't know if I
We used to do
categorize that as good time.
When I was in the Navy, we used to drink like
One case of beer?
I don't know.
No way.
We would buy cases of like crappy beer when I
Sure.
was in the Navy. I was like 21. We would buy crappy beer because we had no money.
Yeah.
And we would drink almost the whole thing, and then I would wonder why I was sick as a dog the next day.
Like
Always.
Natty Light.
Yeah,
That's
like
a
the
popular
worst.
one down in
Like,
Bloomington.
Yeah, Schlitz. You know,
Schlitz, another one.
So everyone who's
Old
going to this Challenger Learning Center event is either going to be drunk on a case of beer or having consumed edibles.
yeah,
Listen,
Should
Wow.
be a good show.
They don't
I
care
feel sorry
as
for
long
the
as you buy a
staff.
ticket.
yeah, buy your
They turn on the
ticket.
lights, everyone's asleep.
No, I wouldn't be
Show's
asleep.
over.
Dude.
Got your money.
I love. And by the way, Dark Side of the
Money.
Rainbow. Come on. You know,
I'm still
Challenger Learning
investigating
Center.
that.
I've seen it. A Challenger Learning Center. Just do this. I'm telling you, it will sell out. And if it doesn't, you know, I'll take the hit.
All right, one more ad, and then we go to our break, and then we go.
One more
And, well, there's
ad.
more.
8:30.
There's more later, but
Oh,
Are you in need of backyard work?
we're dropping people.
Right?
We're just
Some people
dropping.
are. Some people are in need of backyard work. Some people are in need of like new concrete pouring. Right? Do you like?
Springtime.
And do you like to see a crew of men, you know, that like to take their shirt off while they work?
No, I just want them to get the job done.
But they
Yes,
they're-
Batman.
They're not yes, Batman. I'd call Grazolius Concrete. You know, he has a rule in his crew. They're supposed to work shirtless, which
Wow.
helps with the ladies. You know what I'm saying? And they get the job done. Grazolius Concrete was also voted #1 in the Times Best of the Region 2020 and 2021. Grazolius Concrete specializes in all concrete projects, and they had been using the original cement finish in the California style since 1972. And also offers stamped and colored concrete. If you need backyard work, this is the crew to do it. Call now, 219-659-4127 to get your project lined up for the spring.
All right, thanks to our sponsors. We'll be back with some more later.
Yeah.
Here, Tom
At 9
ad
a.m.
lib. Yeah, 10:30.
Hey, last night, Marissa's fundraiser turned out well, right?
Oh, it was nice. I got there very late because I was covering for you at the council meeting.
Yeah, that was a tough night for me. I had Marissa's event, which obviously I couldn't miss. We have Patrick pickup issues because he's a tennis player now, so he gets out late, and then I had to be at Marissa's event. So it was an impossible day.
Very nice event. Benny and his crew out at Gamba just put on quite a show. I know that Marissa had a lot of help from her, from a lot of people, including Vera and Nico and others, and all her staff people were there. And
I mean, think about it. You and I, and with help from Ray Dominguez and a couple others 6 years ago, ran Marissa's campaign. Is that fair?
A lot of help from a lot of people.
Well, yeah. Nicole and Vera,
I mean,
of course.
The list
Nicole
goes on
and Vera
and on
Levita,
and on
right.
and on.
But like 6 years ago, what I'm trying to say is the difference now is Marissa's crew is
they're solid.
Nicole, Vera, and basically
many others.
Yeah, but like it seems like we passed the baton off to Marissa's crew.
Yeah, I mean, they know what they're doing. They know how to hold a fundraiser.
Isn't that nice? It's like a internship kind of. Like we showed them how we run campaigns 6 years ago. It was obviously successful, and then now they are running like you. I know where your focus is. Your focus is on the statewide race right now, which is great. And then we look over at Marissa's crew, Vera, Nicole, etc. But
many others.
And they're killing it.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. I mean, they are.
Last night's fundraiser was a total success, dude.
It's great, wonderful. It's packed with people.
I had to park around the block from Gambas.
I've never had to do that before.
I've been at Gambas 150 times, and I had to I couldn't park in the parking lot. Then I went across the street, and I couldn't park there. And then I had to drive around a building, down the street a little bit, and I got to finally park, and then walk like a block and a half to get to Gambas.
Yeah, it was a really nice event. The food was unbelievable. The crowd was great. Marissa was having a great time, and I think she sees the support there. So.
Oh, man. I mean, think about who was in the room. It was a who's who of elected officials. They were just about all, right? Wow. Including, like, candidates running against each other. Like, the sheriff candidates were there, right? Like, both of them, the main candidates, in my opinion. Obviously, it was a who's who of elected officials last night.
It was a nice event. Really nice and good for Marissa, and congrats. It was really well run and really well
bipartisan too. A lot of Republicans.
There's some people there.
I remember when I gave my speech for Marissa, which I thought was very touching. I talked about her being a Polish being born in a Polish orphanage, and how it was incredible that her and I even met, much less got married. Because we shouldn't know each other. Think about it. She was born 6 years after me. Fate is weird, but this was sort of my speech. Like, think about. Marissa was born in Warsaw, Poland, in an orphanage. Well, she was given up to an orphanage as a baby in 1975, and I was 6 years old, and I lived in California. And basically growing up with a single mom in California, and somehow I found my way in the year 2000 to Notre Dame Law School, and somehow Marissa McDermott found her way from a Polish orphanage to University of Notre Dame Law School in the year 2000, and we met. And then we got married 3 years later. 1997 we met, And then 3 years later we got married.
There you go.
That's crazy.
I know, it's crazy. It's a crazy story,
Mm-hmm.
But that was sort of my speech last night. And I talk about, the case backlog that Marissa inherited from the previous the previous judge, and how basically backed up the court was, and how they chipped away at that. And now nobody's talking about a backlog in the circuit court anymore.
Yeah, I think everybody realizes that Marissa's done a great job, and she's a great judge. So I think it's going to be, in my opinion, she'll have no problem with re-election.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And by the way, it's I go up to Marissa before her speech, and I'm like, I'm going to introduce you, and don't cry when you give your speech. That's always my advice to her, right? Because, first off, when Marissa starts crying during the speech, I think it has a couple reactions on people. I think some people are like, wow, she's so sweet, but I want her to be tough too, So, I give this super, flowery speech about her and I, and how we should have never met, and it was lucky we met. And then she comes up, she's like, how could you give that speech and tell me not to cry, when I come up to the microphone? But she killed it. She went up and gave a good speech, didn't cry, and it was great, though. Thanks to Benito Gamba. Thanks to everybody that worked so hard to make last night's event a success. Thanks to all the people that donated to Marissa, all the lawyers, all the elected officials, all the friends that showed up and supported Marissa, the unions. Randy Palmatier donated a lot of money to Marissa from the Northwest Indiana Building Trades. Hammond firefighters were there in full force. It was just really cool to see.
Very nice. Yeah, it was a great event.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So good job, Marissa. Keep it up. She's going to roll through the election.
I get the distinct feeling you want to move on. So
no, let's keep talking about your speech.
No, I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
See if we cry.
He's looking at me like this. He's like, clicking his
You
fingers.
guys
I
are
was just
burned
doing
out,
this.
aren't you? Or at least Kevin.
I'm out of
Kevin
material.
is.
Kevin's
yeah.
over this shit.
Yeah, Kevin's like, I paid my taxes finally for Lockpod, by the way.
Kevin's like,
I
said
pay-
that like
I pay
5
money.
times now. You
I
said that
pay
like
money
for the
to
last
be on
5
it.
episodes.
I pay money to be on here. I'm still salty about it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, this is what I do. I pay money. By the way, did you see about Tom Brady? What happened?
I did.
It's pretty.
It's
Short
pretty crazy.
retirement?
Very short retirement. I just thought it was interesting the way it all went down.
How did it go? How did it all go?
Well, the
down?
way, I mean, like, you never know, right? But it was kind of funny how people captured some stuff over the weekend about where he was and what he was doing and who he was talking to. And he went over to Manchester in England to watch a big game, which was Man U versus Tottenham. And he was on the field talking to Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Famous, one of probably in some people's minds, in many people's minds, the best soccer player of all time, right? So, and he's 37, and everyone keeps saying like, "Oh, you're done," and he's been having a pretty good year with Man U. He's back, and they have this conversation on the field. John, you want to play it real quick, and I can. So you couldn't really hear that, right? Because there's a lot of background noise. But Ronaldo says to him, "You're finished, right?" And
To Tom Brady.
yeah, and Tom Brady goes, and then he goes, "I know," and then by the way, Ronaldo goes out and has a hat trick in that game, beats Tottenham 3-2. So it's all Ronaldo, and he's like the oldest guy out on the field on the pitch or whatever. And the next day, Brady says, "I'm not retiring."
Wow,
So,
inspiring.
yeah, really crazy. So
So when he retired, did his contract end? How does that work?
good question.
No,
I'm sure there's a
I think he had
termination
one.
clause or
No, I
something.
thought he had one more year left on it, and
But he gave it up, right?
He walked
I mean,
away from it, right?
So my question is, does this have something to do with Aaron Rodgers just getting the highest?
Oh.
Is he coming
I was
back?
thinking
So
the same thing, Joe.
Interesting. I didn't think about that.
No, because the thing I think that the Packers screwed themselves with the Tom Brady with the Aaron Rodgers contract because he eats so much of their salary space. They're going to have to drop some of their key players, and they're going to be weaker next year. And I think that makes the
Brady think like, oh, that's a
just think like if I were a good
Brady
quarterback,
hasn't
like
had an issue with them thus far.
but just think about it. If you're like a Tom Brady or if you're like a Aaron Rodgers, for instance, and you could get so much money from endorsements, why wouldn't you be a good teammate and just take a small salary and just make up the rest of it on endorsements and then put yourself with a good team instead of being a pig like Aaron Rodgers and eating up most of the salary cap so that they have a crappy team surrounding him. You watch, the Packers are going to suck next year. And
interesting.
It's because he's eating up all the salary cap, and they're going to have no choice but to shed good players because they can't afford to pay him anymore. And then if
think
you were a
about
good,
that.
smart quarterback, I think you'd be like, okay, just give me $10 million a year, which is a great salary, obviously.
give me whatever's reasonable, right?
Give me a good, reasonable, average starting quarterback salary. I'll make up the rest on the side.
And
I'm going to go
there
out
have been
and
some
sell.
players that have done that. I think. That
Yeah.
have said, cut my salary just so we can.
So we can
Give
keep
you
our
some salary
receivers, so
cap.
you can keep my guards, so that I'm not getting killed every game. So like, my desire and hope, and I'm praying, is that Aaron Rodgers gets the crap beat out of him every game next year because they can't afford a good offensive
O
line.
line.
He has no O-line. It's like, good job, and you got the highest contract in history, big guy. And you're
They'll
getting
still win the North.
no, they won't.
You would think so. Jill,
The
you know,
Bears,
Jill.
is
the Bears are coming back, baby.
I hope
Okay.
so. Jill's point though is interesting, right? The question I think she was getting to was, does Brady have to go ahead and get another contract? Does it
I don't
like
think
have
so.
to renew the
Well,
contract?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he was under a 3-year contract and he played 2 years of it.
But I mean, when he retired, does that somehow? I mean, you have to probably read the contract, of course, see what the terms are. But when he says I'm out, does that void that? Now they have to renegotiate a new contract.
Or they could just say, "We love you.
Sure,
Thanks
we'll
for
give you
coming
the old
back.
one.
We'll give you the third year of the 3-year deal." Right?
It's up to the Buccaneers and the player.
Did Gronk retire right after?
Yeah, but I think he'll probably come back. No, he was
Again?
Gronk was looking to go to another team, but I bet he stays.
Oh, he's got to now,
He's
right?
done.
But like
Box of
honestly
rocks.
though, they're not going. I like Gronk. First off, I do like Gronk a lot. But like, I don't think the Buccaneers, unless they make upgrades to their team, they weren't that great last year. They were
Well, they
like
had
one of the
a
better
lot of
teams.
injuries. A lot of injuries.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know more about that than I do.
Yeah, they had some.
But I know towards the end they weren't as scary as the other teams. Like,
No, they had a bunch of linemen go down. They had Evans was hurt for a while, so I think they'll be fine. But
Yeah.
you can always upgrade, sure.
everybody loves it when we talk about
Yeah.
sports.
Well,
on
okay.
Lockpod.
Here's something that everybody should find funny about sports. There was a football. So Tom Brady's last touchdown pass, or what they thought was his last touchdown pass, went up on auction like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
$517,000 it sold for, and
Oh,
now
wow.
it's not the and now it's not the last touchdown.
That sucks.
Kevin, would you say the value has been deflated?
I would say yes, a little
Look at
bit.
you, Joe. Look at
Wow.
But
Deflategate. Good
that's
job,
why
Joe.
you don't buy stupid footballs for $500,000. Okay.
Well, at least, yeah.
That's why you don't
man,
buy that stuff.
That was the one Mike Evans came over and gave it to a fan, and the guy was like, "No, I'm not giving it back."
Yeah, this
So.
guy's hoping badly Brady gets injured in the preseason.
517,000.
He's like, I hope he goes down in the preseason, breaks his leg and can't play again.
Wow. I don't know.
NCAA starts what today?
Today.
IU playing. People thought everybody thought IU was just going to be they weren't going to have to play in.
I thought so too.
Who thought that?
I mean,
But
I think
because
once they beat
played so
Michigan
well.
and they beat Illinois in the Big Ten tournament, I
They
think
beat the
people
number one
thought,
seed, right?
yeah, they thought they're just going to get a regular seed. Now they got to play in against Wyoming tonight.
Is Wyoming good?
No, I'm sure they won or they got beat in their Big West tournament or whatever it is, Big Sky tournament in the final. They were good all year, pretty good all year, but I'd go with IU tonight, personally.
I took Wyoming.
Oh,
Did you
wow,
really? What's
the
the line,
Cowboys.
you know?
I have no idea how that stuff goes.
Do you know, Kevin?
I don't know what the line is tonight.
I'm not a gambler,
and Purdue
so-
got, I think, a 4, if I'm not mistaken. So
Notre Dame got to play in too. And
they got
Notre
to play in
Dame-
against Rutgers.
and they sucked this year.
It's interesting.
Notre Dame sucked this year.
There are several teams that people are saying got the shaft, I'm sure, at the expense of Notre Dame. So
But Rutgers beat IU. I remember that
twice, I think.
twice. I know Notre Dame. I know IU needed to beat them in the last week of the season, and Rutgers beat them on a 3 at the end of the game. So
That's
that
right.
obviously helped Rutgers out big time.
Mm-hmm. So it's
So-
interesting. Notre Dame and IU both play-ins. Notre Dame tomorrow night. I think IU tonight.
The weird thing is, once they play in, they come in at whoever wins.
An 11.
Yeah.
Well,
come
they
in-
already have the seed.
right.
Like sometimes it's an 11. Sometimes I think it's a 12. But tonight, IU. All right.
Have you done your
They
bracket
have a
yet?
late
I have
game.
not done my bracket yet.
Me neither.
Has anyone?
Me.
You have. Who's winning?
I think I have Kansas taking it.
Kansas winning. Indiana 3.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take the Hoosiers.
Yep.
They're scrappy. They're playing really well.
And there's a 16 playing tonight. See, so it's like it just doesn't. It just depends
Yeah,
on
big
the
whip.
plan.
If you win that one, you get to play the number 1 seed. Great.
Congratulations.
Yay, we won. Now you get to play Gonzaga or
The
whatever.
winner of the
right?
IU game's at 12.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, I got to fill out. I'm going to fill out a bracket this year with
Mhm.
that because I'm running for U.S. Senate. You can't be running for U.S. Senate in Indiana and
Not
fill
have
out
a bracket.
It's going to be the worst bracket ever.
We'll
though.
see who
I
wins.
suck at college basketball.
Hey, I think Jimmy's got a bracket going. If you
Yeah,
wanna
so
get in on that with him.
Jimmy's is an interesting one. Jimmy has a bracket where it's salary. Every team is given a
yeah.
salary number,
Right.
and you only have $50,000 to spend, and you pick those 4 teams, and you get points based on the number of wins they get. So that's an interesting one too. There's all
Jimmy
kinds of
never
different
gives me
goals.
stuff. He gave me
doesn't.
He did this one time. First off,
I remember.
he never fixes the pool either. Okay, so the Civic Center
This
pool,
is a
but
different kind of pool.
yeah, but Jimmy gave me one time. It was last year at the Super Bowl.
It was DraftKings.
He gave me DraftKings. He had a league
Pick
with
your lineup.
20 people, and it was a salary cap thing. And I don't gamble.
I remember.
Right?
I remember this.
So
well.
I'm like, I want to be part of the crew. These guys always do this, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to do it too, right? And I won.
You did.
The only time I've ever played.
I think you had Gronk in that.
I did have Gronk in
and
that.
he had 2 touchdowns. It was
He-
a
he
Super Bowl,
killed
I
it.
think, right?
I had Kelsey and Gronk, and they were both killing it, right? And I was laughing like I've never played at all with these guys. And the one time they invite me,
You won the money.
I win all the money, right?
You did.
Unbelievable.
And then, but guess what? He's never invited me since that.
Yeah,
time.
well.
not one time.
How much fun is it for the new guy to win all the money? You're
I
supposed
know.
To take the
I
new
come
guy's
in,
money.
take everybody's money,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Screw that guy. He's never playing again."
You're
He's
out.
out.
He's
and
out.
I'm breaking the pool.
Right? So like
Nobody
now
liked
I'm
it.
out. I'm like the most unloved of all of us.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I was also not invited for this.
Thank you,
pool.
Joe. But if you got invited one time, you won it, and then you never got invited again, you'd have a chip on your shoulder,
Absolutely.
wouldn't you? Thank you.
Probably because you're a
Absolutely.
winner.
I'll forward you the email, Jill.
Oh no, I don't
Thanks,
want.
John. That's
I
awful
don't
kind
want
of you.
residual.
That's kind of you to forward Jill the email.
shots.
Oh, you're not
shots
in this
fired.
email? Oh, you really meant it. You have not been invited back
I have
since.
no idea what you're talking about. I'll find out on the air.
See?
Yeah. Oh, we got it. It's called the Friends email chain. Best Friends
named the
email
group.
chain, and I'm not on it.
They
Right?
have necnecklaces. You didn't get a necklace
I didn't
either.
get nothing, Jill.
Me neither.
I'm on
Maybe
the
you and
outside.
Tom, Joe. Maybe you and Tom can have your own pool.
Being
Yeah.
mayor,
bracket.
being mayor is a lonely job. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heavy
you're all
is the
alone.
head that wears the crown.
Thank you, Jill. I appreciate that.
All right, let's do some. Let's finish our ads and come back with talk some Ukraine.
And then we'll get the hell out of this season.
All right.
Come back.
We're
in
gonna miss you
15
guys.
minutes, guys. We'll be
We
done
are
with
going to
that.
miss you
Bathroom
guys.
break for
We are
everyone.
going to miss everybody. But we do need a break, and I'm running out of material, I'll be honest with you.
All right.
So, are you into tortillas?
Sure.
Do you like Mexican food?
Who doesn't?
Love.
Yeah. Do you love family-owned businesses?
Yes.
See, then you're going to love Tortillas Nuevo Leon. It's the gold standard of Mexican cuisine, or like us in the biz like to say, oro standardo, of Mexican cuisine throughout the
confirm
Midwest. No, we did not.
Right.
I'm running with it, though. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia.
Yeehaw! I missed that. You haven't done that in a while.
Corazón.
Wow, it's finale. Tri Electronics wants to be your complete communications provider. Tri Electronics has been a leader in this industry for more than 55 years. They're dedicated to assisting their clients with their systems, integration, end-to-end needs. Tri Electronics has the expertise and experience to provide superior results for a wide variety. Thank you.
That's what Kevin was waiting
For a wide variety of projects. I mean, since we were going like retro,
right.
I figured we'd
He
see if
did.
John
He
could
did the
give
pause,
me-
and John
Start
missed
over.
It. John missed the pause.
with their systems integration and end-to-end needs. There it is.
That is
All right.
gross.
Tom's like, I didn't miss that all season.
That was like
Tri
creepy.
Electronics has the
It's
experience
feeling extremely creepy. If I heard that at night, I would start running.
to provide superior results for a wide variety of projects. More information, call Tri Electronics today at 800-722-6793.
The other day, Marissa and I are sitting around hungry. It was at nighttime. I don't.
And you're eating
cook.
your one meal a day.
I don't cook.
Stress
I
eating.
had no food that day, and Marissa was like, "I don't feel like cooking today, honey." I'm like,
Sure.
honey,
Fair enough.
let's go out. Let's do something." And she said, "Why don't we do some take-in, honey?
Take in.
And I said, "Well, take out." And I was like, "I got an idea, Marissa. Let's get some Byway Brewing."
Wow.
Oh, I thought this was a new ad. I did not
Like
know what was
DoorDash
coming.
or something.
Yeah.
No. And we said Byway Brewing.
Jalapenos.
And I said, and she said, what would you like? Because I like the poutine, and Patrick likes this.
That's true.
And I said, I'm all about that
Oh,
chicken,
the
spicy
Snapdragons?
chicken,
Oh.
and the Snapdragons. And we ordered it. It was timely. It came to our house. Delicious.
Via a
what?
app?
No, we went and picked it up.
Oh.
You made it sound like it was delivered. You
It
said
was
it
not
came to our
delivered.
house.
We can work on that for season 6.
That's why you
Byway
have kids.
Brewery
You
is going to
send the
work on
kids.
that
All right.
for season 6. Yeah, Patrick drove Marissa
It came to our house via me,
via Patrick.
All right.
via Patrick.
But
Byway
Patrick's
Brewery.
got a lot. This is kind of like a lot of labor for Patrick. He's got to go get the food. He's got to shave his dad's head.
And he's
got
got to
a lot
find
of-
time to play tennis.
Tennis, yeah.
What is going on here?
I know,
Poor Patrick.
dude.
That's why you
it's
have
not
kids,
easy
though,
growing up.
right? So they could do shit for
I
you.
cannot wait until he could officially drive legally.
Oh, that'll be.
He'll be running all over the damn place. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and an outside patio. Brewing equipment offers a unique backdrop for your private event like weddings, reunions, and corporate parties. We are conveniently located just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Come on by and enjoy Byway's award-winning beers and unbeatable menu.
Wait, how did he get the food if he can't drive?
He drove Marissa.
Oh, gotcha.
Marissa stayed
He
in
said
the
he
car.
can't drive legally,
Right.
not illegally.
Sure.
I mean, and John, we're in Hammond. I mean, I'm going to pull him over. No, I'm just
Come on.
kidding. Everybody, I'm kidding.
JK, for legal reasons, that's a joke.
The views expressed on this show. do
John's
not belong-
disclaimers have been great today. The last ad of the season, Misprint.
Oh, boy.
Misprint specializes in delivering the highest quality science and printing on time and within budget. Misprint's experience and technology allows them to offer custom, commercial, on-demand printing and metal card sign solutions.
That's
Thank
metal
you.
business cards.
You can count on. Rick Balzenberger and his team have served Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana for over 30 years. Good luck to IAX today, Rick. Misprint has 2 convenient locations in Munster and Hammond. Thank you to our Season 5 sponsors, including our premier sponsor,
Power in America. You know how good I am with our sponsors?
How good?
I have 2 jobs going with 2 of our sponsors right now.
Really?
I have one job that involves 2 of our sponsors.
Really?
My sign at my building looks like crap.
Okay.
The sign out in front that has Cantrell Law Office, it has Bella Hairstyling, it has Shoops. It's a storm annihilated it. And
Okay.
I didn't realize that Misprint could do that kind of stuff.
I didn't either.
So they can. So I called Rick and I was like, "Do you do this kind of stuff?" He's like, "Yeah, man, we could do that." And then they sent a crew out there and they're like, "Your electric is completely jacked up," because semi happened to take it out. So I got Dodie in Powering America with Belsum Electric
Pow.
out there doing the electric, and we're gonna trench it into my parking lot.
Smart.
So which is gonna cost.
There was like that
$2
wire sticking down from it.
So
It looked
ghetto.
janky.
Yeah. So we're gonna. Thanks for calling my building
ghetto.
janky.
No, I didn't
was
call it building
gangster.
janky. It was just the sign.
It's my building. It's like my kid's future. It's
Tell
janky.
Tom how you really
Sign.
feel, Kevin.
Yeah, your building looks like shit.
Nobody's improving it. I mean, I'm giving him credit for
Also,
improving it.
Can we bring back the word janky? That's great.
It is a great word.
It's great.
It's not, is it offensive in any way?
I don't know.
Was I not
I'm
supposed to
gonna-
say
I'm
janky?
gonna
I have
Google
no
it.
idea.
You're going down.
Too
By the
late
way,
now.
Kevin's gonna be off after season 5.
Can I give
Enjoy
a
Kevin's last
disclaimer? I
episode.
have no idea of the genesis of janky
Yeah,
or the
you gotta be careful
etymology
now
of
when you say
janky.
words.
No
Do we know how
idea.
to spell that? Because we're googling it.
I had a
no idea.
situation-
If I said something inappropriate, I apologize. I had no idea about janky.
I don't think it is.
Okay,
No.
good.
I had a guy, an employee, one time. Let's just say this: singing a rap song with words that he didn't know. He was just singing the song, and the words that he was singing, and he was singing out loud.
Were
at work.
inappropriate.
He didn't realize these words stood for something
Oh.
that was
boy.
offensive to some people. And he was just singing the song,
Sure.
literally like blah, 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 walking around just sort of singing it. And it was a big deal, man.
Oh.
Are
Yeah,
you
I mean,
saying that there were offensive words in a rap song?
Yes, but the words weren't like English words. They were like words
They
that
weren't
stand
English
for something. That, like if you're in the biz, you know that these
biz.
words
Oh,
stand.
the biz.
But he was not in the biz. He was just a
Who
fan.
was?
So this person was singing.
Who was in the
song.
biz?
I'm not going to say who it was.
Okay.
Okay. But I'm just going to say it was an uncomfortable situation
Gotcha.
because when the person realized that the word stood for something, it was very uncomfortable for a lot of people, and it was an innocent mistake.
Unintentional.
Totally unintentional, innocent mistake. Hey, Kevin and I were having an argument before we went on the air.
Discussion.
It was an argument about what's going on in Ukraine. And first off, I know we have a video that we want to show you. And for those of you that can't see video because you're listening to us on podcast, we'll describe for you what it is. When we had basically it was a Russian news agency, independent news agency, and you may have seen
it's
this.
state TV.
It was state TV.
State TV.
John,
Keep talking because it's
Yeah.
gone now. It's like the Telegraph
Ooh.
removed the tweet.
Did they really?
I can't find it anymore.
How about the link?
Putin
Oh, there it is.
got it.
There it
Oh.
is. There it is. There it is.
So yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yep.
First off, so this video has a Russian reporter.
It was actually it was like kind of like the evening news,
my
right?
God.
And then the evening
Paywall.
news had like an anchor on the set, and then somebody came behind her with a sign
John,
that
just click
says,
on the note, John. It's on the note.
Oh, John,
Well, I'm not
Production
on the note.
notes.
I'm on a computer now.
oh man. All right. Well, anyway, there it is.
There it is. There it is.
Here it is.
We're going to show it now. So this, just for those who aren't watching, so there's like a Russian state TV, Channel 1, and here.
Усилить сотрудничество в рамках союзного государства, а на совещании в правительстве обсуждали, как сохранить доступность лекарств.
Whoa.
So
And they
what-
immediately cut away.
Yeah, there was like a woman that worked for the TV station came behind the anchor and held up a sign that said, "Don't believe propaganda. They are lying to you here."
And then she was immediately arrested.
And it said no war on it too.
And
So
she's in the gulag.
we don't know where she is. She's missing. Been missing since yesterday. Her attorney said he has no idea where
Says
she is.
no war.
And then it says,
Better
don't
tell him, they are
believe
lying to you.
propaganda. They're lying to you here.
By the way, that TV reporter. Right?
Really?
Damn.
I really didn't
Hell
notice
yeah.
that.
Her?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
You don't like Russian women?
I didn't say dislike him. I just
No.
was worried about. I was more
Never said
concerned about
that.
the story.
No.
than
It's a
what
great
the-
story. And I'm glad the lady did that. But that
She went
TV
to the gulag. Your gulag.
No, it's horrible. I'm glad she did it, and it made worldwide news. And unfortunately, the lady's in the gulag.
She's not, this reporter, though, she's not showing much emotion. I'm going to play it again here.
Российский премьер подчеркнул, надо
No
усилить
emotion on her
сотрудничество.
face.
None.
You like that,
Just-
huh?
she's
Emotionless. Yeah.
she's Russian, dude. She's like lives in a dictatorship, man.
Yeah, that's
you can't
true.
show emotion.
Mm-hmm.
But she's
Hypocrisy.
extremely attractive, right?
I would not
I
have
mean,
picked her for
again,
you.
I didn't. That wasn't my reaction when I saw
Keep
this.
in mind, I'm married to a Polish woman.
Okay.
So like, obviously, I find Slovakian, like Polish.
So now we're all over
Russian.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah, we're all over Eastern Europe. But like, obviously, I see
So all
similarities.
me,
I mean,
huh?
yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, right. I think she's.
I'm
The
two
Moldovan
of what she's
women.
listed.
I think she's pretty.
All right.
Okay.
Great. That kind of got us off on a tangent.
Yeah. So it did.
We're
get us
sorry
off.
you're in the gulag, but the,
No.
the lady
The
you stood
reporter's
behind
hot.
is pretty
I'm
hot.
super glad. I'm super glad that the lady did that, but she's no longer on Russian TV anymore because they threw her in jail, which is, you know, what you would expect.
That wasn't what we were in an argument about, by the way.
No,
Yeah,
we were not in an argument
But
about
she
that.
is missing.
She's
right?
MIA.
What do you expect, John? I mean, you can't tell the truth in Russia.
Well, and by the way, there was a recent law, right, that Putin put out that said you can spend 15 years in jail for sowing misinformation about the war.
So I
according to
imagine.
him.
So I imagine.
Which probably is the truth about the war.
So I imagine this lady is going to spend 15 years in prison.
Let's hope not.
Well, we
Let's hope
probably
not.
won't know.
Yeah.
We
It's
won't.
pretty
No,
amazing.
I agree.
I think the most amazing thing about that kind of action is people are doing this in Russia with the knowledge that they most likely will be taken away and arrested.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think
But
about
can
that.
you, like, eventually, like, will the numbers overwhelm them? Like, if we have thousands of people that keep protesting, will they keep on throwing thousands of people in jail?
Good question. I mean, Jill brought up something about that happened with the electric chargers in Russia. What was that, Jill?
They hacked the screen for the car charging, and they say Putin is a dickhead now.
Really? Good for them.
I wonder how long that lasted.
But, like, that's a great thing. I mean, I've never said that's a great thing about hackers, but it's like worldwide hackers are uniting to attack Russia and to disable their power grid and to, you know, do stuff like that. But, like, you know, I'm really worried about this whole situation, obviously.
Yep.
You know, one U.S. reporter was killed a couple days ago. A Fox News reporter yesterday was badly injured, literally just trying to cover the war. When was the last time?
Journalism is always dangerous. I mean, you go back to the Iraq War and you go back to like things in the Persian Gulf, and journalists are killed in wars, which is crazy.
But, like, what happened with the gentleman that was killed, because one person, and I wish I knew his name, I apologize for not, okay? But they pulled up on a Russian checkpoint, and they didn't even want to get anywhere near it, so they started turning their car around, and as they're turning around to get away from the Russian checkpoint, the Russian...
Hail of bullets.
Yeah, just started opening fire on their vehicle. And it killed one of the reporters, the other one got away and told the story of what
Peabody
happened.
Award-winning video journalist.
But it's total pigs. I mean, who does that to, like, a civilian car? It's no threat whatsoever. It's just like, kill those people. Kill them.
War is bad.
Russians are bad, Kevin. Like, we've seen war. We've seen war. Like, I didn't hear about that kind of stuff happening in Afghanistan where we were just mowing down civilians because we don't do that kind of stuff.
No, but I would say that, you know, even the Americans in the Afghan war missed targets.
Missed,
and killed
Kevin.
Right, I
They're
agree.
not
Right.
missing.
I hear you.
They were bombing apartment buildings.
Yep, terrible.
Like, straight up with tanks, like, firing into apartment buildings. Like, they did a drone shot over one of the cities. In
Mariupol's like...
in Mariupol.
It's I don't even know. It's gone.
You know what it reminded me of? How the south side of Chicago used to look with all the high rises and that they tore all down. But it looked like
Robert Taylor homes.
Robert Taylor homes. And if you did a drone shot over the Robert Taylor homes and all of them were bombed out and burning at the same time, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, a couple of the reports I saw were just somebody said, like, this is an apartment building surrounded by other apartment buildings. It's not a apartment building next to a government building that was missed. You know, and they're blowing these places up. I mean, at the end of the day, when this is all said and done, and I hope it resolves quickly, I hope these peace talks that are going on yesterday somebody said there was a glimmer of hope. Both the Russians and the Ukrainians said that, which I thought was a positive. At the end of the day, there needs to be an investigation into whether these are war crimes.
They are war crimes.
Well, that's why we have an international criminal court in The Hague, maybe?
What are they going to do? Vladimir's just going to show up?
No, I don't think he will. But I think
it's court date. Yeah, I'll see you guys soon.
Sometimes it's important to at least just let the court do their work.
But you can't do the work if you're dealing with a country. We're not even afraid to. We're so afraid of Russia because oh my God, if we defend the Ukrainian people, they're going to nuke us. That's bull crap. And if they do nuke us, it's in the society. But like what we have is a country just going into a democratically controlled country and bombing civilians and creating 3.5 million refugees.
Yeah,
and
3.5 million.
Slaughtering innocent people for no reason whatsoever other than one man's ego. And we're the greatest military in the world. You know, we're the bastion of democracy, and we're sitting on our hands.
Well, I mean, I think and this goes back to the discussion we were having pre-show, is the real issue when you're dealing with something like this in Europe is it's not like the U.S. has, 1 million troops sitting over there, right? We have to rely on the NATO alliance to either allow us to have troops on their land and then to move forward. So it's not like I can't imagine like Germany, Poland, Hungary, Romania, Moldova is like, yeah, bring your troops in here and go ahead and fight them. I mean, it's got to be a coordinated effort when we're dealing with NATO.
I guarantee you we have 20 submarines off the coast of Russia, 20 submarines in the Mediterranean, and each submarine is equipped to wipe out multiple cities if they have to. I'm not saying with nuclear weapons. I'm saying with conventional Tomahawk missiles that aren't armed with nuclear warheads that we could use to inflict damage on Russian tanks, that we could use to inflict damage on Russian troops that are slaughtering innocent people. And what about Zelensky's request for a no-fly zone? First off, if there's anybody in the world right now that we could all look up to, it's President Zelensky, a guy that you normally see the president flee in a situation like this, and this guy is double down and fighting.
I agree. He's a hero.
He is a hero, right? And he's like, please enforce the no-fly zone so they stop bombing my civilians, right? And we're like, sorry, we can't enforce the no-fly zone because then we may have to confront Russian fighters that are bombing innocent civilians.
I mean, I think that's the argument, right? That if you are tasked with enforcing the no-fly zone over Ukraine, you will definitely engage Russian MiG jets
that are bombing innocent civilians, right?
Those are MiGs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Whatever. But they're bombing innocent civilians. We will engage with Russian aircraft that are bombing innocent civilians.
I mean, you make a good argument. The question is whether or not NATO has the resolve to do that, because you are going to then up the ante.
But we're upping the ante against a thug nation that's invading a free country and slaughtering babies and women and innocent people. And we're supposed to be the bastion of democracy. We're supposed to be the strongest military in the world. And I remember Kuwait, by the way, that got invaded by their neighbor, Iraq, right?
Yes.
And I remember going to war over that. Kuwait by Iraq, right? So what's the difference? I don't remember Iraq going into a Kuwait and annihilating neighborhoods either, by the way. No. I remember Iraq just taking over Kuwait, and we were worried about oil, right?
Oil fields, right.
Oh, my God. What are we going to do about oil, right? But if you kill innocent civilians, we're good with that. No problem.
I mean,
Kuwait wasn't part of NATO, Kevin.
No, they were not. They were not, but they were part of our national interest because of the oil in the Middle East.
So is Ukraine. What if they blow up a nuclear?
I think you can make a good argument about that. I mean, there's also wars where the U.S. has sat by. Look at Rwanda. There's genocide in Rwanda. Nobody did a thing.
Good point.
You know, I mean, a lot of times the U.S. gets criticized for doing nothing. I don't know. It's a tough call. I think it's a tough call. If you're sitting in Biden's seat,
I know one thing, bud. I know the Russians are America's enemy.
Well, that's true.
They've always been our enemy.
The government. I don't think the people.
Even when Donald Trump was kissing his ass. Even when Donald Trump was buttering up to him, they were always our enemy.
For sure then, because I think, thank goodness Trump's plan to try to get rid of NATO, and maybe I'm being a little...
To weaken NATO.
I'm embellishing a bit there.
To weaken NATO.
To weaken it. To say, you got to pay up, and I get it. Everybody should pay their fair share, but it's just not going to happen. And what's more important, the alliance and the strength of the alliance, or making sure everybody pays their bill?
Listen, I don't think it's our responsibility as Americans to pay for NATO either. So Trump was right in that regard.
Yeah.
But Trump was also sowing discord into NATO and
threatening to get rid of it. Do we need the alliance anymore?
Do we need it? No.
I think it's pretty apparent.
He said this a couple years ago. Do we need the NATO alliance? I think it's obvious that we need the NATO alliance. And by the way, if one of those bombs from Russia that's getting closer and closer to Poland lands in Poland, then what?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, that was an accident.
Yep.
We didn't mean to lob that bomb into a residential area of Poland. My bad.
I saw that they bombed a military base, actually, that NATO did some exercises on. I saw some
50
old
miles
footage.
from the Polish
12 miles. It was the difference between I don't know, what would you call that? Hammond and
from Munster to the lake,
or Lowell. Yeah, Munster to the lake, right? The south end of Munster to Lake Michigan.
Right.
Yeah,
that close.
That's how far it was.
So what happens if one of them lands in Poland? Then is it World War III? Or do we be like, oh, that was a misfire?
Good question.
We're the strongest military in the world. We're the bastion of democracy. This is on Poland's doorstep. I have family in Poland, by the way. Marissa's family is in Poland, and they're
Warsaw,
worried.
right? I saw the mayor of Warsaw saying we can't handle any more refugees.
They have millions of refugees coming through Poland right now that, by the way, were peaceful, just living their lives. What did they do wrong? They did nothing wrong. No. They had a thug named Vladimir Putin, Trump's best buddy, come in and bomb out their neighborhoods.
Yes.
Why do you keep on correcting me? Putin. Okay. Vladimir Putin. No. I say it this way: potato, potato. Okay?
Potato.
All right.
Mm-hmm. But I think you're right, Tom.
I can't wait till. I'm glad we're taking a break. You and your self-correcting.
No, it's like Marissa and my grammar.
Hey, I know how we're going to solve all this, though. Did you guys see Elon Musk challenged Putin to a fight, one-on-one fight? Did you see this?
This is great.
I wonder where he got that from.
I said now we have an undercard. You and Todd Young.
I would love to.
Is the undercard at the Civic Center for Elon Musk and Putin?
Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Putin tweeted. I'm sorry, Elon tweeted out. I hereby challenge Putin single combat. The stakes are Ukraine.
And then he put it in Russian.
Death.
Yeah. And then he followed it up with, do you agree to this fight? This this garnered a lot of backlash. People accused Musk of using a catastrophic event to draw attention to himself. So it didn't go well. But Elon's totally serious. He wants to fight Putin.
Let's talk about this fight.
Who would win?
Yeah, I think Vladimir Putin, excuse me, Kevin,
However you want to say it.
would tear Elon Musk up. He would
I
tear him limb by limb.
And I thought he might bring a gun to it.
He'd sneak one in.
Or a bear, at
Dude,
least.
Elon Musk doesn't strike me as like a super tough guy.
No.
And Vladimir was a KGB agent.
Yeah, he seems like a real tough guy.
Yeah. He like rides horseback with
He like
no
knows
shirt
how
on.
to do like the
Vulcan
weird,
death group?
Yeah, the Vulcan death group. Like
I would never challenge.
Good
I would
point.
challenge
Exactly,
Todd
Joe.
Young all day long to a celebrity fight. I would never challenge
I wouldn't either.
dictator Putin.
No,
Putin,
I wouldn't
excuse
either.
me, Kevin. I would never challenge him. The guy's KGB. Like I would rather not. I think Elon Musk is making he's making a horrible mistake.
Bit off more than he can chew.
Yeah,
He stepped in it.
Elon Musk.
Throwing up a poll right now.
No, he'd get tore up. He's
I
got to
think
pull that out.
Putin's
I think
quite a bit
Putin
older,
should. I think
though,
he should
right?
take it. I think you should take the challenge.
I would, and then we arrest him. When
And
he
like
comes
you
over
say,
here.
you know what? If I beat you, I get your money.
Whoa, that's a good fight.
Play it for their net worth,
I'm
Oh.
participate.
right?
Putin's got to have more than Elon, right?
Oh yeah.
Elon doesn't strike me as a super tough guy, man. He doesn't strike me that way at all.
I agree with you.
Well,
Like
he
what?
likes to
Like
fight Putin.
is he like a secret black belt or something?
He might
Better
be.
start working.
Putin's
Right?
not, because they took his away.
Maybe he got that idea.
They
from,
took his black belt. You can't take his black
They
belt.
did. They rescinded it.
Okay,
Is it
They
okay,
did?
but guess
was
what?
Taekwondo
You're
or was
still
it-
a black belt, though, right? Like, you can,
Not
like, you cannot
officially.
wear that anymore.
But you still have the
Vlad.
technique.
He had to
You're
send
like,
it
okay,
back.
I will kick your ass still, though. You
Yeah.
can't take that from me,
Yeah,
right?
With the belt on.
I'm not convinced Elon is not an alien. I think have you heard this guy talk? He is so awkward. Like he's
Awkward. Is that the word you're going to go with? Awkward.
Yeah, he's weird.
Yeah,
By the
he's
way-
very socially awkward.
By the way, Henry
Maybe he's
Ford.
on the spectrum.
Henry Ford wasn't
Smart.
freaking Mr. Well put together either, but he like created like a whole industry.
But he didn't challenge Adolf Hitler to a one.
No, but he was straight racist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who wasn't back then, though?
John,
Yeah.
what is a
He was
what is
definitely.
a
I went to his house in where was that? It was in Florida,
Oh.
on the Panhandle side, no, on the
must have been his
Gulf
summer
side.
home.
No, where is it? It's north of Naples. God, what's the name of the airport? Fort Myers. I went to
Okay.
Fort Myers. That's where he had a summer home. So
What does single combat mean, John?
I don't know. I think it's just one-on-one.
Is that like
no
Game of
tag
Thrones
team.
stuff?
What
No
is that?
tag team.
I
You
like
can't
that he-
tag out.
Oh, I think
No,
I
I
like
don't
it that he
know.
put it in Cyrillic too. Like, all right, I'm gonna even put it in your language.
70% of our viewers say Putin would win.
and Putin is what 70-something years old,
Yeah, he's up there.
and Elon is probably 40, and we're still saying
I
Elon.
take Putin.
I take him too. I think
You've
Elon
seen
would
those
get
videos
beat
of
down.
Putin,
It would be
right?
embarrassing.
Yeah.
I think
like
people.
riding on a
Riding
bear.
on a horse, like bareback
Yeah.
without a shirt on.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm not doing that.
I would never take that guy on.
No.
I'm 53. I
You
wouldn't
mean
ride him.
but still militarily.
But I would, yeah, militarily, because we're the greatest military in the world. But I tell you what, though, me against Todd Young, shit, come on,
Really?
come on, I would tear him up.
Maybe it's because you've lost 12
Right?
pounds.
Come on, do that poll, John. Do that poll
Okay.
for me.
I'll start
Mayor
one right
Tom
now.
in a celebrity boxing match against U.S. Senator
This
Todd
could be
Young.
the biggest thing the Civic Center's ever seen. The
Every
undercard
penny-
of you guys.
Every penny we raise goes to.
Let him pick the charity.
We'll go to. I like kids cancer personally.
Sure.
Maybe we can both agree upon a kids cancer charity, right? And then, we'll raise
Two Navy guys going at it, followed by
He's
a
a Marine.
billionaire.
He's a
I'm
Marine.
sorry, Marine and a Navy guy
a
going
Marine
at it.
recruiter.
Followed by Elon Musk, a billionaire.
If we can get the Elon Musk
inventor.
At the Civic.
Yes, I'm saying Civic Center. Elon Musk, Putin is the
Ladies and gentlemen,
Are you ready to rumble?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tear
Yes.
Todd Young up. I hope. I mean, it's lockpot. It's
I
home
voted
field
for you.
advantage. Did you?
Mhm.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm surprised about that.
Oh, wow.
You're like
90%, Tom.
That I would beat Todd
90%.
Young.
Oh, no, it's
just
going
happened.
down.
No, just like hold on for a couple seconds. For God's sake, it's like a snap poll.
100%. Kevin voted.
Right, like good God, dude.
Close poll.
Like close poll. Right? No, I want to see because like
The real results.
I mean,
may
I
not
want
come
to.
out.
I remember when you're voting in this. I want to remind everybody, I'm a triathlete. You know, Navy diver, by the way.
Mhm.
You know, and I know Todd was a Marine, but I
Yeah.
was a Navy diver. I mean, I trained with Navy SEALs to go to dive school. By the way, recon Marines and me.
Did they say anything about basic training for a Marine is harder or easier than
It's
a Navy
definitely
guy?
harder.
It
Definitely
is.
harder
For a Marine.
for sure.
Paris
acknowledge that.
Island.
I acknowledge that. Paris
Okay.
Island is the hardest of the hard.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's there's no
curious
doubt
about that.
But I could make it through Marine boot camp. I bet you I can make
sure
it
you
through
could.
Marine boot camp right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. Right now.
Yes, at 53. I would do it.
Okay, how do we make this happen?
Yikes.
Let's go.
I'll
Figure out how to
vlog
make
that.
it happen.
Kevin
I'll vlog
Margraf
that.
and Jake Jacobs right now
I
are
would-
just shaking their heads.
I would definitely do it, and I would definitely make it as a 53-year-old, like
All
right
right.
now. And I'd come out looking with the same haircut.
Poll results, John?
91%, Tom.
Take that, Todd Young.
It's a little bit of a biased audience, but I voted for you.
Like, I'm scrappier than Todd Young. I'm bigger than Todd Young. I'm in better shape than Todd Young. Like, come on. It wouldn't even be close, right?
Yeah, I like the flex. I just saw the replay of the flexing. That was good.
Nice.
I like
Thank you.
that. I like that.
appreciate it. And by the way,
All right, champ.
I'm wearing, like,
Power in America.
Power in America shirt, and I'm
Got
wearing,
a
like,
IBEW shirt on.
yeah, it's like Army colors. I
Nice.
like it. So,
All right. Well,
it? Is
we,
that
we
it?
did it. Oh, I got a phone call in 1 minute.
okay.
Wrap it up.
No pressure.
No.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to Lock Pod, Season 5. We had a lot of times, a lot of good times, a lot of bad times, good shows, and some crappy ones. We acknowledge. But we had fun. And I want to thank our sponsors, and I want to thank all of our audience and all the people that listen to Lock Pod. And if you're sad because we're going off the air, I want to remind you we have like 140-plus episodes, and I guarantee you haven't heard a couple of them. So you can keep yourself busy while we're on break for the next few weeks. We will be back in early April. We'll be in touch with you through
Twitter
social
or
media.
Facebook, yeah.
Right, and we'll tell you when we're coming back. We love you. Jill, great to see you. Thanks for coming to the show today. Appreciate you very much. Mm-hmm. Jay Vez, awesome season. You know, we only had one mishap this season, really, and but it was a great season, and hopefully we can get that soundboard done. Maybe, huh? What do you think? Anyway, good to see you, Jay Vez. Love you, by the way.
John's just silent. Yeah, John just walked out.
Yeah, right. Kevin, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thanks.
Locomotive.
And
Great job,
coming
Mayor.
from the Locomotive, Season 5 is a wrap. Take care. Lock Pod out.